Hey, what's up guys? I'm Rob Richards back here at Mission Fitness Center, Alhambra, California. On today's video for Beast, we're gonna look at supersetting our chest and back. Now, I'm gonna pick out 3 exercises for each. We're gonna superset them in a combo, chest and back, chest and back, chest and back. Each combo, 3 sets. I'm gonna aim for 12 to 15 reps, lifting as heavy as I can. So let's get into it. First off, I'm gonna start with a little preparation and warm up. With this, I'm gonna make use of the resistance bands, go through some dynamic stretches, really open out those muscles, unstick a lot of the fibers around my pectorals, my lats, my rhomboids, my traps. From here, I'm gonna take it down onto the ground. We're gonna make use of the trigger ball, get some self-myofascial release in there, open out around the insertion, the origin of the pectorals, and also use that ball on my back and neck. Really open out those fibers, let everything feel free and loose and mobilized around the shoulder joints especially, so that when I attack those chest and back workouts, I'm really feeling like I'm able to connect and engage those muscles. Right, let's get started on our first superset, but before I get into my weights workout, I'm gonna get going with some pre-workout. This is a great product by Beast. Flavor tastes great, there's no sort of aftertaste in there, and it really does keep you focused during the workout. So a scoop and a half of that gets me set throughout the entire workout. Now this first combo, we're gonna make use of the incline chest press and superset that with some lat pull downs. Now the goal here isn't necessarily to continue to progress the weights, because we're supersetting a chest and a back, 2 opposing muscle groups. You're gonna find that you're gonna feel fairly fatigued after the first and second set. So therefore it's unrealistic to expect that we're gonna keep progressing those poundages on each set. Our goal here is to push the body to its threshold and minimize the recovery time between. So we're gonna keep the intensity up and still a heavy weight, but really force our metabolic system to go up a notch. So with this one, incline chest press, couple of pointers here. Wrists and elbows, we wanna keep them nice and aligned. I'm not going for some crazy variants here with a wide grip or super narrow. I want the strongest that I can perform this exercise. Kind of a fast pace. We're not gonna go 3 seconds down, 2 seconds up. I'm gonna keep it fairly quick, but enough that I can control that rep down, pause, have a definitive stop at the bottom, and as I drive up, I'm engaging and squeezing my chest, giving it a little flex up at the top. So 10, 12 repetitions here. Then we're gonna move straight over to the lat pull down. Same thing here. A nice standard, little wider than shoulder width. We're gonna pull that down and squeeze the back together like this. No longer are we simply trying to pull with our arms and pull that bar down. We're trying to close that back and squeeze the back as we pull that bar down. So remember that mind-muscle connection during these exercises. After we've performed our 3 sets here, we're gonna move on to our second combo. And for this, we're gonna have a look at another chest exercise and back. The chest one here is a machine. Now, this allows you a little bit more variation as to what kind of chest machine, whether you're performing a straight chest press, maybe an angled incline, or like we were, a little bit more of a wider pectoral press. So with this, I start off a couple of warm-up sets, performing both arms at the same time. But with my back exercise being dumbbell rows, I'm gonna isolate both the chest and the back. So the benefit of the machine, especially if it allows for unilateral work, is that I can perform a full range motion with my right arm, then my left arm, which allows my right arm to get some recovery in. When I transition over to my dumbbell rows, I start on my right arm, which has had the most time to recover, and then transition to my left. A couple of pointers here. With the machine, we can either just keep the weight, or like you've seen in previous videos, attach the resistance bands to increase that resistance without necessarily adding more weight. It's a great option there. Full range of motion I mentioned. I want to drive through the entire range of motion without locking out my arm. I want to keep the chest engaged. So consciously, I'm thinking about squeezing and engaging my chest as I drive that arm of the machine up, pausing just before my arm gets locked out, and then allowing it to come down without allowing the weight to touch. I want to keep tension in the muscle through the duration. Same kind of thing with those dumbbell rows. Full length in the arm, and as I drive up with the elbow, so again, I'm not pulling with the hand, I'm driving through the elbow, keeping it close to my body, focusing on that contraction in the back as I squeeze up at the top. 12 repetitions on each arm, 3 sets total. Now we're gonna move on to our third and final superset in today's chest and back combo. And this one, it's all about cable flies and body weight to chin-ups. Look, cable flies, machine flies, even dumbbell flies, we're gonna change how we work the chest from a press type movement to a fly type movement. And when you think about it, this is really what the chest does. It enables us to open and close the arm. With a press, we have to bring in a lot of other facilitating muscles to do that, whereas with the fly, it's predominantly just the pectoral doing that work. So whichever method you use, dumbbells, machine, cables, focus on this, a fixed bend in the elbow, so we're not flexing during the movement, we're keeping it fixed, and as we open out, allow the pectorals to stretch before we start to exhale, contract that muscle, and squeeze up the top. Now, if you want to do a cable crossover or a machine crossover, or just stick with one arm, you get that full length in as you can, mix that in as well. These kind of workouts are to enable you to add a lot more variation in, to modify some of the exercises, and really kind of get a feel for which type of training you enjoy the most. Immediately after those cable flies, we jump over to the pull-up bar. We're gonna keep a fairly standard overhand grip on there, although you see on the third set, I switched to an underhand grip. Focus here is to get those 10 repetitions in. Now, if this means taking a break after 5 or 6 repetitions, okay, I'll drop down, no longer than 10 seconds, jump back up and get those muscles working. Again, the focus of this workout is to keep tension on the muscles, to keep the muscles working. We're really putting our body into an anaerobic state of training, lack of oxygen. So therefore, we want to give it our all on each exercise, moving on to the next. And if that means dropping the weight down a little bit to get better muscle activation, do that. This isn't just about all-out strength. All right, guys, there we have it. To check out the full breakdown of today's video, all of the exercises, see the images, find out little training tips and techniques that you can incorporate into your training, head over to beastsports.com, search my name, find this video, find the full article, and also connect with me on social media, Instagram at RobRichardsFitness. Let me know more of what you'd like to see in today's training videos, future videos, including in the kitchen.